My mother went to the Women's Society meetings, and her sisters went, and my cousins who were older than I went, and I thought it was just the thing to do. And when I went to Camp Decoa, they talked to us about United Methodist Women at Camp Decoa when we got older. And so as I got older, I joined United Methodist Women.
Somebody invited me to a meeting.
A dear friend of mine in my church got me started, but the main reason that I have been a United Methodist woman ever since started out as a Wesleyan Service Guild person, and Rhonda Robbins, who was the Conference Wesleyan Service Guild chairperson, and I served as her secretary. And when she died later on, the minister that conducted her funeral said to us ladies at the graveside, "Please continue the work of Rhonda Robbins." And I have tried to be faithful to that memory ever since then.
I got started in UMW. Of course, someone invited me to a meeting. But prior to that, I had seen the women in our church working and doing all these things. And as a young girl, I got invited to a meeting, I guess when they thought I was ready to go. And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I grew up with it. My mother was a very active member of UNW and was president at our church.
My mother took me as a small child.
My mother was always a United Methodist woman.
My mother's nickname was Big Merle, and Big Merle told me to go. It was sort of like you polish your shoes and you make up your bed and you always wear clean underwear.
My mother took me to a Christmas banquet, which was wonderful. And the next week, a lady called me and asked me if I would be the treasurer. And I said, "I'm not even a member." And she said, "Well, you're going to be."
And because my mother was a United Methodist woman, and I just thought that's what you do.
I've been in it for 50 years, and so I just thought it's something every Methodist woman did, and I've always looked forward to it.
I guess I was born into it because my mother had always been a member of the Women's Society of Christian Service.
When I first became a stay-at-home mom, I had my first child, and she was 9 months old, and I was going from the transition of working mother to stay-at-home mother, and a friend of mine suggested that I come to our circle meeting to have some social interaction. And I was desperate, of course, to have any adult, and so I rushed to the first circle meeting, and I've never left since.
I was a fairly new mother in Greenville, South Carolina, going to Buncombe Street Methodist Church, and they were having a little organizational meeting for a circle, and there were some older women there, and they chose a morning time, and I said, "I'm not sure I can come because I don't have a babysitter." And one of the older women said, "I'll take care of that."
I wasn't a United Methodist, I was a Baptist. And when I had my husband's first appointment, the ladies, they asked me to be a United Methodist woman. And I told them that I was a Baptist, that I couldn't be a United Methodist woman, and they told me that I could, even though I was a Baptist. So I joined and had a lot of fun.
I'm actually a member of the Episcopal Church right now. And much to my surprise, my mentor Martha told me that I don't have to be a Methodist to be a member of the United Methodist Women. And as I say, she pushed me, she encouraged me.
One of the church members asked me to come and join her.
When I joined the church, I knew about UMW, but I didn't join right away. But somebody invited me to a meeting, and then it started me out.
I wanted somewhere to feel home. Somewhere I would be welcome, I would feel welcome and feel like I'm home. I saw the church, United Methodist Church, so I started going there, and I was introduced to United Methodist Women, UMW.
Goodness, I can't imagine not being a member of the United Methodist Women. It's just such a rewarding experience, spiritually, physically, mentally. It's just a part of serving God with sisters in Christ.